In the previous sessions, we have seen how to use constraints, and in the last session, we have seen how to use foreign key constraint. In this session, we will go through logical operators. These are operators which we can use. There are arithmetic operator, logical operators. Like any language, we can use these operators to operate on the operands. So some of these are logical operators, comparison operators, and comparison keyword. So there is arithmetic operator as well, which includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus operator. Let us look at some of the arithmetic operators now. Okay, for example, select 10 plus 12 as addition. Okay, so here addition is an alias for the column name. So here addition is an alias for this particular column name, which is addition of two numbers, and here we have used this arithmetic operator. Okay, let me execute, and you can see the column name is addition, and so it has added these two values. And the same way we can also have select, say for example, 20 minus 4 as subtraction. Okay, and execute this. Okay. The same way we can have select 20 multiplied by 4 as multiplication, and select 20 divided by 4 as division, and select, so for example, 32 divided by 3, sorry, modulo operator, 32 percentile 3 as 1. So modulo basically gives you the remainder. So let us see multiplication. So 20 multiplied by 4 is 80, and division, so which is 5, which is correct, and this should give us the remainder. The remainder is 2, 3 tens are 30, and the remainder is 2. Okay, so this is how we can use arithmetic operators. Okay, let us look at logical operators. Logical operators which we are going to look at are AND, OR, and NOT. So AND operator is the one wherein if both conditions are true, then the output of this AND operation will be true. So in case of OR operator, if one of them is true, then the output of that particular operation between those two will become true. So NOT will negate whatever, either true or false. Okay, so let us look at these logical operators now. So for this, I'm going to introduce a new keyword, which is where. Okay, and where will be followed by other conditions, and inside those conditions we are going to use AND, OR, and NOT. Okay, let me open up another query window here. Okay, so let us select star from the employee table. Okay, and execute. So here we have department. Observe, we have only 2 entries in here. We can use the first AND operator. Okay, so select star from employee where, okay, so this is the clause and the condition is where salary is equal to 5,000 and department ID is equal to 5. Okay, so here what I'm saying is, so select everything from employee table where salary is equal to 5,000 and department ID is 5. Okay, so by looking at the results from previous select, what we can say is there is one record with department ID 5 and there is no record which contains the salary with the department as 5. We shouldn't be getting any results here. Okay, so now let us go back to this and execute. So now what I will do is I will change the department to 1 here. So that means salary is equal to 5,000 and department is also 1. So both conditions are satisfied here. So it will return me the name Jack. One record which contains all the information. So only when both conditions are true and then it is going to give us the result, else it won't. Okay, the next thing is OR operator. So here OR operator. So I'll copy this and then paste it here. Paste it here. And now what I'm going to do is OR department ID is equal to 5. Okay, so I went back to the original one. Now in this case, if I added AND here, so it didn't yield any result. So now what will happen? Let's execute this and see. Okay, now I got both the results here. So in this case, condition 1 says salary is equal to 5,000. Okay, so that is the first record which says okay, salary is equal to 5,000. But in the second result, the salary is 5,500. Okay, so it didn't satisfy this criteria, that is the first condition. But if you look at the second record, it satisfied the department ID condition, which is 5. So that is why we are seeing both records. So let us say if I add department 3, which doesn't exist, then the result is only 1, which is this particular condition is satisfied. Whatever the condition, so this will display all the records which satisfies this particular condition. So here this condition is not satisfied, so we don't have any records here. Okay, now let us see not condition. Okay, so here okay, instead of OR, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use not keyword will take only one condition. Okay, so Earlier and or would take two different conditions, but not will take only one condition. So what this particular select says is select everything from employee where salary is not 5,000. Okay, let us execute. Okay, I should be getting only the salary which is not equal to 5,000. Okay, so if I say 500 instead of 5,000, if I say 500, then I should be getting both of them, because both of them are not equal to 500. Or for example, for that matter, 245, which is not the same. So I should be getting the same result. Okay, so that is about and or and not. Okay, so you can also use comparison operators. So one comparison operator we have already used in this, which is salary equals to and department ID equals to. So we have already used equals to, and we can also use not equals. So I'm going to copy that and paste it here, and instead of not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use not equals to 245. So that means it should print me, or it should give the output of both records, which is not equal to 245. The same way, so this is again not equals to. Instead of using not equals to, we can also use less than and greater than together, and that should yield the same result. Okay, the only difference between these two are, one is ISO standard and one is not. Not equal to is not ISO standard, and this is ISO standard. Okay, the same way we can also use less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and you can try out all these. If you have any comments or issues, so you can always comment in the comment section. Okay, the next one which I'm going to use is comparison keyword. These are keywords, these are not operators, these are keywords which can be used inside the query. Okay, so let us look at like first. Okay, I'm going to use the employee table again. Okay, copy and paste it here. Select star from employee. Again, these are used with where clause, where, okay, and the condition, and inside the condition we can use these comparison keywords. Where name like okay, and then what we can have is J sometime, and inside single quotes. Okay, so if I run this, what will happen here is select everything from employee where the name is like, and it starts with J and ends with set of characters. Okay, so when I execute this, I get both records. So if I change this back to J, starting with JA, then I should be getting only one record, which is Jack. Okay, and it is not necessary that you use this operator only after this, but we can also use %J and %, which will also give you the two records. Okay, so there is nothing common in between here. Okay, what I will do is I will take address instead. The two addresses are New York and California, and we have O, which is common. So what I will do is % O and %R. So let's execute this. So it should print both. So both has got R, which is inside York it has OR, and inside California it has got OR. So it should again print both. If I change ORK, it should print me only one, which is New York. So you can add %R anywhere, either at the beginning or at the end. So that will fetch the record matching whatever is between these percentile symbols. Okay, so that is how we can use like. And we can also use and or in conjunction with these other keywords. Or say for example name, like, %J, and inside single quotes. Okay, so let us execute this. So you should see both records. Earlier we were seeing only one record. Since this condition is also true, and in here this is the first condition and this is the second condition. So it satisfied both conditions, so we got both the results. So let us look at in keyword now. For that, what we will do is from department. So we will fetch everything from department first. Okay, we'll fetch everything from department first. And here, if you want to select all those IDs where the name is either big data or finance. So in this case, what we can do is select star from department where name in big data, which is the first one, and finance. Yeah. So fetch everything. So what this statement says is fetch everything from department where the name matches either big data or finance department. This is quite similar to OR. For example, select star from the department where name equals to big data or name equals to match. So this will also yield the same result. This will also yield the same result. Okay, so if you have multiple conditions, so instead of adding OR here, we can add them by using in keyword. Okay, and here between. Here what I want to do is I want to print all the records whose salary is between 2000 and 6000. So select star from employee and where salary between 2000 and 5000 or 6000. So 6000. If you want to get all the records between two conditions, then we can get by using between. So in this case, I got all the records from employee table where the salary is between 2000 and 5000. So for example, I can add it as 5500 and 6000. So I should be getting only one record, which is Jill. Okay, so he is the only person who's earning salary $5,500. Okay, so this is how we can use between keyword, and we can also use this between keyword for finding out all the employees who have joined between year 1 and year 2, and you can specify the date, right? The same way what we have used here. Okay. The next one is null. We don't think we have any record which is null. If you remember, address can be null, right, for this particular table. So what I will do is I will add a new employee. So basically I'll go back to this employee. So copy this. Okay, let me insert one more record here. Okay, let me insert one more record here. So I have copied the SQL statement from the previous session where we inserted a record to employee table. So in here, I'm going to change the ID name. ID name has to be unique. So we already have two IDs, and then let's say she doesn't have any address as of now. Okay, remember now single quotes is a blank value and it is not a null, so we need to change it back to null. Since this particular column takes null value, and ST3, and she belongs to department 4, and her salary is say 6,518. Okay, so let us insert this. Okay, execute, and let's go back to employee table. Now we have 3 records, and you can see under address column we have one null value. Okay, so now let us look at our null keyword. Okay, so which is the last one here, comparison keyword. So what I want to do is I want to see all the records who doesn't have address. Okay, all the employees who doesn't have address, where address is null. Okay, select star from employee where address is null. Okay, execute. So now you can see Tara doesn't have address, which is null. Okay, so it's not together, it's null. Okay, And there is something called is not null as well. Okay, so what this will do is this will do exactly opposite of what it was before. So instead of displaying Tara, so it will display all the records which are not null. Okay, Jack and Jill. So instead of adding a not is not here, so we can also use the not logical operator here. Okay, let's say not address is null, which will also give the same result as is not null. Okay, so these are some of the operators which we can use along with where clause.